Hello, everybody. Welcome to part 12 of the Arduboy game dev stream. So today we will work on the navigation of the main character. So basically, what I mean is detecting the collision of the level and yeah, being able to block the player if there is collision or to make it fall down, and probably we will have to implement the jump. I'm not sure, it depends how fast we implement the collision. But before we do that, we start that. I would like to show you some little change that I have done before. I mean after I cut the stream, the last stream. So there is actually two things. So let me show you. The first is the optimization of the drawing of the map. So basically, I have done it in front of you at the very last minute of the stream 11. But I didn't really explain what I've done. So you can see here, I have changed the number of vertical sprite from 9 to 8, and I changed the shift from 2 to 6, but I also changed the sign here, so from minus to plus. So that means instead of doing a -2, I do a +6. But the logic you may have understand is because we have the HUD bar now at the top, and the HUD bar is taking 6 pixels. And also we had these 2 pixels at the bottom of the screen. So 6 plus 2 equal 8, equal just one sprite, 8 actually. So yeah, basically we can just start to draw at pixel number 6 at the 8, 6, and then we will draw all of them, and then it will remain 2 pixels at the bottom, so we will have the exact same rendering, but then we don't need to draw the first line. So it's like, that's why I decrease it to 8 here. So we draw one line less. So basically that means now our game is like seven sprite in visible on screen, plus 2 pixel of the 8 sprite line. So basically our level design, our level will use like 7 sprite, and knowing that the main character use almost like 2 sprite, so it's like you have 3.5 times the 8 of the characters. Yeah, so basically let's just change that. So yeah, we iterate one line less, we draw one line less, and yeah, it's just optimization. And also here in the map data, then I also change the map to remove one line to keep the level the same, because obviously I still start from line 0, but before the line 0 was drawn under the HUD, but now we don't draw it, we start directly from line 0 but under the HUD at line 6. So okay, so that's a small optimization that I've done. Then I have second thing I did is to refine the HUD. So basically I didn't commit yet, but let me show you maybe with the colors syntax coloring. So basically I have declared some constant value here in order to tune a little bit the to make it easier to tune the position of the HUD element. So just the live position, bullet position, dynamite, statuette position, and some gap between the logo and the numbers, and I just put them here, and then so add the gap to before drawing the number. And also I told you we will need to write a function to draw a number bigger than 10. So that's what I wrote here. So I take I take a char, an unsigned char, as a number. So that means maximum this value could be 256. So it could be either 1 digit or 3 digit. Then I can check that if it's greater than 100, then it's 3 digit, or the 2 digit or 1 digit. However, I comment this part because I think we will be less than 100. I don't expect to have more than 100 statuettes to display. So I just remove it just for optimization, because this code is useless actually. But I can just uncomment this to be able to draw a number greater than 100. Anyway, so that's the number of digit count. I should write a digit actually, not char. I was looking for a cool name. Right. So the number of digit, and then I compute the last position at the end of all the number that will be written, which is obviously the position you give in parameters plus the number of digits multiplied by the size of the numbers of the sprite number, plus 1 because you want 1 pixel for space, to put a space in between the numbers. Then I iterate, so I start from the last position, then I remove 1 every time, and then I draw it. I draw the modulo, of course, and then I divide it by 10. So every time I draw the modulo 10. And then I return that position. So this position, because it's returned, can be reused to draw the rest of the line. So here then I draw a slash, and then I draw another number, which is the maximum statuette count. All right, and you can see the result on the screen. I can show you in big. So, and I also reorder a little bit the HUD element. I thought that putting the statuette on the right will be more balanced, more aesthetically balanced, because these big numbers. I put some random number here just to display some to show some values. Yeah, so I also removed the line, commented the line that I added. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, just comment it. Maybe I prefer without. Just keep it black. I don't know. We will see how it looks like. We can add it back. But anyway, I try to adjust the position of this element and implementing this. Also, another thing I've done is adjusting some pixels. Well, maybe I should show you some pixels of the numbers. So yeah, the 3 I think was missing this pixel, the 9 was missing these pixels. Okay, so the HUD is obviously what we have changed here. Number, nothing special here, just change some number. And yeah, in the sprite data I just add the slash, add the number, tune the sprite of the number. That's it. Just make sure I didn't just try to recompile just to make sure I didn't break something. Okay, fine. So let's commit that. Tune the HUD. All right. So now let's start to do the implementation of the navigation. Sorry. So for doing that, basically, because we have a collision per pixel, I think I still want to use that. Well, we could have. I thought about it. There's different possibility. We also have the full level. You know, the level data, which is a grid. We could check directly in this big map data. If, for example, we have 255, we know that it is an empty space, and something else, it's probably blocking the player. So we could, from the position of the player, we could check which element of the grid do we have a free space or not. But I feel that probably the algorithm to do that is maybe not that short, not very complicated, but could be quite long, I think, because the characters still move in the level pixel by pixels, right? So I can be in between, for example, here when the characters is here, it can be in between two sprite. So that means I will have to check if I'm in between sprite. Okay, another also situation is that we will have some destructible element in the level, like you can put the dynamite to break one wall and then go go in the tunnel created by this, for example. So that means if this is a destructible element, it will probably not be inside the map here, because it has to be removed during gameplay. So that means for the collision wise, we will have to check both in the map, and also for checking also for some dynamic element. So as you can see, it doesn't seem to be a very straightforward logic. So I think I still want to continue to do the same logic of pixel collision and using the frame buffer for that. For that, the one thing is I don't want to display, I mean to check the collision on the character directly, but around the character. So 1 pixel on the left of the character and 1 pixel on the right of the character. Otherwise, if I check directly on the sprite of the main character, then the main character will enter 1 pixel inside the wall. So this is not what you want. You want to have something 1 pixel around it. All right, and then so for the wall, and it's probably the easiest part, we can check for the full height of the character, which is 12 pixels, or which is actually 13 when he walks down up. He moves 1 pixel up and down, if you remember it. So we can check again the main character. So basically I would like to have to check 13 pixels here, and 13 pixels here, and then when he walks I will have to check pixels under it. So I could create collision sprite. So for example, let me create it, even if I won't create it, but let's say I create so it's 11th, I think it's 11th, so it should be 13, right? And 16, and basically the collision will looks like something like this. Oops, sorry. Right, maybe here and here, and maybe we need also to check collision above, but so okay, you can imagine a line above, and the sprite of the character is inside this one. So basically, yeah, you want to stop the main character when he collide with, when this line collide with the wall. So I could create that sprite, but obviously you can see that it creates quite a lot of empty space. It will use quite a lot of memory for nothing, not a lot of things. So this line, yes, because this line is just like 2 char vertical, and it's quite fast to check. But this line, probably no, I don't want to waste all these pixels here. So what my plan is to use this yeah, kind of collision line for the horizontal, vertical line, but probably just pull the frame buffer for the ground and for the top. So we'll see how it turns out, but obviously the easiest part is to do the vertical bar here. So let's start by doing this. Of course, I can go through the I can go through this to get the line, but it's quite easy to convert, so I can just convert it. Like you can also use your calculator for doing that. Obviously the first line is FF, and the second line is you may have 5, right? 5-bit set, which in hexadecimal would be 1F, so would be FF1F. Right, so let's add this collision sprite into our sprite data. I will put it next to Rick. I think I can just single array will be enough. So Rick collision. So like we said, there will be FF F1. Sorry. Let's declare it into the header file. Here. Vertical collision mesh. So obviously just one, this is 16. Collision. Rick collision. All right. So after we have done that, so we have to move into the rig file to check the collision. So this one is for the lethal collision, I think. And so I think I will rename it because I just want to use check collision for the normal collision, for the non-lethal collision. So let's rename it. Rename by check lethal collision. Okay. Then I will just for the sake of clarity, maybe I should call this this function directly from the map manager. Let's check again the update. I'll clean that also. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I can do that. It would be easier. Okay, so I will move this declaration in the public interface. All right. Then, okay, so maybe to check collision. So in the update, I can update the input and update the movement of the characters. So when it jumps, for example, it will automatically, it will move by itself. And yeah, the check collision will also block the player. So, okay. So I think we can have a check collision, which is the normal check collision, and keep it here, right? And here we call the check lethal collision. Okay. Oops. Check lethal collision. After updating after drawing, so yeah, we check the lethal collision after drawing the lethal entities or items. All right, and then we can move the update of rig probably after here, after drawing all the stuff. Yeah, or because like I said, we will we need to draw the walls, the non-lethal item and the walls probably, and then we need to to draw. So maybe here we need to draw after drawing the wall level. We can move the character. So all right, it should be okay like that. So here, yeah, I need to write this function also. Okay, I will add a comment for this one. Check if Rick collides with any pixel that will kill him. Okay. And this one is just with the wall. Check if Rick is colliding with a static wall, and static wall, so floor and ceiling, and prevent him to move. All right. So okay. So we will draw our sprite 2 times for left and right. Actually, we only need to draw it in the direction that is moving. Checking the collision just in the direction it moves. So draw the collision sprite on the side where Rick is moving. So how do we know that? Okay, I think we have the mirror flag, right? It's looking left. Yeah. So I forgot where I lost my function. Okay, it's here. If is looking left, yeah, because the position will be also different. Well, but the sprite will be the same. So okay, maybe we can just change the position. That's Rick collision, and this is Rick collision sprite width, and this is Rick collision sprite height, and this is transparent, and we don't need to mirror it. It's useless. It's just one pixel. Okay, so actually we can just do this, and here we can make it like this. If it's left, so we go on x minus 1. Otherwise, we check on x plus rig sprite width. Okay, do I need to add one? No, I think no. Okay, probably not. Okay. Then if there is collision, then we should prevent him to move. All right, so this has to deal with the input actually. So remove the speed here. I should check the collision. Or I can just add the if inside. Yeah, but the jump, I'm not sure how we will do the jump. So or I should move it back. Actually, yeah, maybe we could have done that without using the collision mesh. We could also move the character, check the collision for that sprite, and then move it back if it collides. I'm not sure which one is better actually. Really, it depends also on the jump. Okay. Yeah, I know in which direction I jump. I'm really hesitating here. Let's try that. Let's return this. So I return it because I want to check it here. So if we don't have collision, then I can move it. Same for on the right. I leave the animation so it will still walk against the wall. Not sure. Let's try that. I need to move the character outside of the map also. I think it's in map data. Oh, I forgot where it is. It's in the map manager maybe? Oh no, I think it's in map data. Where did we instantiate our main character? I forgot. It's not in rig. Ah, yes, I know, it's here. here. Oh yeah, we're already at 15. So everything is fine. Let's try that. Okay, so can I walk? Okay, yeah, it works. Let's check. So yeah, it works. I guess it works also on the right. Okay, and now I also cannot get the cannot get the statuette, the bonus. All right, so let's see what happened. This is handle input. So the update, we check collision. Check collision. And in map manager, yeah, we should. Oh yeah, we should not draw itself. Maybe. We should draw it after the update. I think he's bumping against himself, maybe. Not sure. Let's try. Still bumping on the statuette. So what happened here? Checking lethal collision, checking collision with pickup. We draw all the items, we'll draw the map. Yes, for sure. So I need to, because it's the same problem. I pick up the statuette, but the statuette is still in the frame buffer. So when I draw it, once I draw it in the same frame, I cannot move. All right. So let's. But what I don't understand is next frame it should disappear. No, because maybe yes, because my collision is 1 pixel in front, so I cannot touch the statuette because it's 1 pixel in front. All right, so maybe this is not the correct or maybe I should check on inside the sprite of the main character, not outside. Yeah, let's try that. So let's check the collision again. This, and we remove 1 here. And well, let's just try that for now. Sorry, I'm a bit hot. Okay, now I can pick up my, but I guess I will enter into the wall. Yeah, I'm 1 pixel in the wall, but I can pick up the items. That's fine. We can let me think. What should we do? Otherwise, we should delete the pickup item in the same frame. I will be the same with the enemies. I will bump into the enemies then. Well, I should draw. Then I need to pass draw. I hope we could do it in one pass. So, but two pass draw means I draw the static world first to check the collision. Then I clear the buffer and I redraw for the items, like lethal item and like the bonus item. That's a possibility. But actually, can I die on the spike? Oh, yeah, it's difficult to die on the spike also. Yeah. All right. I'm not sure what we should do next. So and why I cannot move on the spike? That's also strange. Oh, yeah, because it doesn't disappear on the next frame, right? Yeah. All right. And I should, yeah, probably I need a two pass draw. Otherwise, like I said, we could use, for this collision, we could try to use the map data, the level data. That could be a solution, but like I said, for the destructible object, this may be a bit more difficult. So, yeah. Maybe we should draw. Oh, I know. I have an idea. Maybe when we check our collision, maybe we should draw it in black, so that I will actually draw the main character in black, so that I will actually delete the pixels that I collide with, and then at the end we will redraw it in white, or actually probably I should draw it in invert. That may work. Rather than drawing it in transparent, actually. Should I draw it in? Yeah. Should probably draw it in black. Let's try that. So collision with pickup. Let's do it in black. Lethal collision. Do it in black. And then I will put back this -1 and remove this one. Let's check. So, okay, and here, okay, still, oh, I should, yes, because I put it 1 pixel on the, okay, let's put it on the character. That's what I want to do actually. So say 1. No, still not working. I'm confused. So because, okay, yeah, I know. Because I update the frame here after, and I check with the previous frame, which is not good. So, okay. Again, some kind of order problem. Let's handle input will increase the frame. Yes. Maybe the position. Okay, let's separate the check collision for now. Yeah, it's not as fluid as usual because I'm experimenting stuff right now. I'm not sure, I don't have a super clear idea on how it should be done. So we are trying to find a tricky way actually to do it. Okay, so but if I do it here, no, let's not do it like that, sorry. Yep, I call it here and here. Oh, that was a problem. That was a problem for sure. All right, yeah. Okay, that was a bug. Let's try again like this. So not dying. Okay. Okay. Okay, so like I said, the update. Oh, let's so if we have collision, actually I want to compute the animation frame. The position also is important. Yeah. So let's roll back. Let's try a roll back like this. not sure if it's a good idea, but so if collision if so looking left, x left, okay, x plus plus else. All right, so I'm trying this. I will move this also in public. And then here I will update first. Update first, then check the collision. Then draw. Okay, checking that. All right. Okay. Can still not die on the spike. So, what I've done. So now I should have the correct frame and position, and when I check the collision, I draw myself in black, which should remove the pixels. For example, for the spike, I draw it in black, which should remove the pixel of the spike. Then I should die, and then later when I check the collision, I should not see any white pixel. Right, so here I do it inside. Yeah, I do it inside. Sprite x plus sprite data with 11 minus 1 is plus 10. And here what we have, we update first, data, check without collision. Then we draw the map, then we check collision, then we draw Rick. This should work, I think. So why not? It's not working. Yeah, transparent, that's correct. Here I want to draw it in black. Okay, yes, I know why. Because actually I may draw no, I don't know why. I don't know why. I should. Yeah, the foot is actually not touching the spike, which is okay, but yes, because the collision mesh. Yeah, the collision mesh is okay, I understand it. Because the collision mesh is just a line, and but the foot is not touching the spike. So yeah, if you look carefully when I watch against the spike, I never touched the spike. The foot never touched the spike, but my collision mesh is a line, and the collision mesh is touching the spike. So if we do that, we cannot use the collision mesh in that case to check the collision with the wall. All right, but the black stuff may work. So let's use the actual sprite for the collision. Okay, so we check collision, we draw rig, we draw it in transparent for the collision, because this time I don't want to delete the wall, so that's why I want to draw it in transparent. Yeah. Okay, let's try that. Yes, I think I got it. I got something working, I think. All right. And here. Okay, good. Wow, we are back in business. I almost thought this solution will not work at all. That it may work. All right, so basically that means we cannot use a collision mesh because it doesn't work well with the pickup of item and collision with all the lethal entities. So let's remove it. False good idea. That happens sometimes. So I did it here. I did it here. And if I check what we have done, what are the modifications? So basically first we call the update, which update the input and the animation. The animation frame ID is important because this will decide what is the current frame, what is the current sprite of the main character to draw. Then we have split, so we check the lethal collision, we draw the lethal item, we check the lethal collision, we draw the pickup item, we check the pickup collision, then we draw the wall world, and we check the collision, and then we draw rig. And in the rig itself, we have, so the update is just the input right now, so input and animation frame. And in the check collision, we draw in transparent the frame, but then we roll back if we detect a collision. And in the check lethal collision, this time if I align it with this one, then we draw it in black. And here for check the pickup, we also draw it in black. So this one is the little hack that save a day, I would say. So basically, if you collide with a pickup, I didn't want to delete the pickup, but I can delete all the that collide with the pickup. So next time I do another collision test with the frame buffer, those pixels has disappear. So that's why I draw it in black. And I don't draw it in invert because I don't want to, I don't want the black pixel to become white. I just want to erase all the collided pixel, all the pixels that collide, I delete them. So you draw them in black. You draw just like you draw the shadow of the main character on the frame buffer. And next time I test the same frame on the frame, the same sprite on the frame buffer, I already erase all these black pixels. So only if something new came again, then I will detect again another collision. Yeah, that's basically the idea behind that. All right, but then we have to roll back here. I'm not sure if that will if this will cause some problem. Probably not, I think, because the collision was the static collision. It's not gonna move a lot. There's probably enough space to move back, I think. So probably it's a viable solution. All right. Then I expose this to method. All right. I just want, we can commit that, but before I just want to maybe rename check collision into check static collision. Yeah, that looks better, I think. Check static collision. Check static collision, and here check static collision. In the collision, check the collision with the wall, floor and ceiling after the map has been drawn. All right. Does it compile? Oh, sorry, I just renamed check collision into check static collision. Yep. So here, okay, and I'm dead. All right. So let's commit this. Implement a first version of the collision of the static collision for brick. Let's double check. Yeah. And that makes me think about something, because now we delete the pixel of the, let's commit this and commit it, because now we delete the pixels of the pickup. Now we could just do it like this one with this if, and what I said about, okay, we check several pickup at different frame. We could have removed that code. We could have simplified that code and get back to what it was, and also still working. So if you remember, we had this this Boolean flag returning if there's collision and not checking it, because it should work. Maybe, yeah, if we draw the lethal stuff, so if there is a spike and a bonus, yeah, anyway, we will die. So all right, should it works for now. Maybe we will refactor even more. I'm telling you, this main loop is probably the most difficult part, and just to be sure that we have something working, doing this pixel collision and using the frame buffer, that's not that's maybe, yes, the quite a quite difficult path, maybe the most not that straightforward path, I would say. It's kind of a hack. I agree with you. It's if we were not on Arduboy, and if we were just on a normal console with plenty of memory, we will probably not do it like that. We will probably not use the frame buffer. We will probably use a box, collision box, hit box of different items, or if we would use the frame buffer, at least we would have a frame buffer with different color. So that's a way to do it. Like you draw the lethal item in red, and you draw the pickup item in green, and then you can test the pixel if it's red, if it's green, whatever, and the wall in blue, whatever. And then it's much easier to detect what you have collide if you still want to do collision in pixel. But here we have a black, white and black and white frame buffer. So we only know if there is a pixel set or not, and the only way to know if we collide with a wall or with a pickup, with a lethal item, is the rendering order, is to draw the stuff in different order, one at a time, and checking a different step. So yeah, it's more hacky than what it could be on a more colorful frame buffer, for example, or by using hitboxes. All right, so let's implement the jump, and yeah, let's implement the jump. I want to know if I can jump against the wall, for example. No, maybe before implementing the jump, I just want to be sure that do I still have, no, I removed it. I want to check if I can collide with the wall on the right. So let's modify our map for this one. I think should be this one, right? 0. All right, let's try that. I have a spike on my path. I will die. Let's remove the spike. Well, it's not this one. Yes, it's a, sorry, this level is two screen. So where's the middle? Here, should be here, I think. Okay, here. Not this one, 255, this one. Let's remove the spike for now. Okay. Seems to work also on the right and on the left. All right. I will put back the spikes. So now let's try to implement the jump. Obviously in the input, this is still some debug code for placing the dynamite. Jump. So during the jump, we need to have the hair control. So that means you should still be able to move your character while he's jumping. So that means probably we need to have a new state here. Jump. And so let's say if we press the B button, we want to change to the jump. So this part is only when you walk. So I guess we need to check the state. So if state this function will start to be maybe difficult to read. I'm not sure. Okay, now let's do it differently. Okay, if I'm jumping, otherwise because we will handle the input differently if I'm jumping or not. Like I say, we will have air control, so when you are jumping in the air, you can still press left and right, and maybe that will handle the animation a bit differently. So first we need to check in which state we are. Handle the input differently according to the current state. Okay. And obviously if I'm not jumping, I can start jumping if I press the B button. Also the dynamite should not be placed while you are jumping, so I should move here also, even if it's the bug code. Oops, sorry. Check if we start jump. Maybe it should be a else if. or maybe that should have a priority, of course, because if I keep pressing, yeah, if I keep pressing my arrow button, then I press the B, I still want to jump. So this one has a higher priority. It should be here. And then you do a else if. So if it's just press the B button, you change the state to jump. I don't have frame. I don't have an animation, sorry, for the jump right now. So I can use whatever. I can use the idle for now. I will add it later, probably outside of the stream. And I don't change the direction because I can jump to the left, jump to the right. All right, now if I'm jumping, so obviously there is a it's a parabola, so you're going up then back and then down. I think I will so we could, how to say, we could use a function, like a physical function to do it, or we can just hard code some values and tune those values. I think tuning the values will be okay, will be maybe much simpler. I will start with probably a constant value for up and down, but then I need to know how many time. Okay, anim speed. Anim speed is for the walk. Yeah, I will probably rename this. So rename. Where's my rename? Oh yeah. I rename walk anim speed. Okay. Then so will be jump jump anim speed let's keep it 3 for now. Maybe we will tune it differently. So on every frame for the jump anim speed. Okay, so we basically in the jump there is 2 phases. You go up, then you go down. And basically you stop jumping when you collide with the floor. But this we will do that after. We'll just try to jump for now. Depending on this, so if we're looking at the left, we jump also on yeah, we'll see. Should we jump? Can we jump vertically? Okay, for now we won't, but we will later. So decrease x, else increase x. And then for the Y, we need to have a certain time. So sorry about that. So we cannot use every frame because for the time, because if we do that, that means your jump time will be on the frame count of the whole loop. So you don't want to do that. You want to start recording which frame you start jumping, and then you should wait a certain number of frames before to go up, and then start going down. So I need another variable for that. So, how to call it? Frame count. Jump up frame count. So I don't know, could be, it's not really a frame, but it's times, no, it's iteration, because yeah, frame jump up iteration. Let's call it frame, but it's not the frame of the frame buffer. Anyway, this, and then obviously I need a new variable for that. So that's fine. We can variable for the jump state. I just need a char. Unsigned char. Should we? Yeah. And let's call it jump frame count. I call it the same. So I should call max. Okay. So when we start jumping, we should reset this value. Oops, not here, sorry. And I say when I start jumping here, I should restart the value. Then when I'm in jump, I increase it. So every animation speed, and then depending, if this one is less than the max, then obviously you go up, otherwise you go down. Okay. Increase the jump frame counter, move up or down depending on the phase of the jump. Move left or right. All right, we can try that. Does it compile? Okay, let's try. and I fall in infinity, of course. All right, then I'll try to jump on the wall to see if that should cancel the, yeah. Okay. But I think you should slide on the wall. Doesn't seem to slide well on the wall. Ah yes, it slide on the wall, but the hat of the main characters go inside the little space in between the stone. All right. Then we will improve that. Okay. Especially because we may have air control also. So we can have so basically I don't know, I never done hair control before in any game. My feeling is we may need a variable like kind of speed, current speed, that you adjust. You adjust the speed with the button, and then you add that speed to the actual position. So you don't really control the position directly, but you control the speed. I have that feeling. And when you collide with the wall, you could also cancel that speed. Then it will fall flat. Let's try that. I want a sine value this time. Char jump s speed x. Actually, we cannot control the y, so we can only control left and right. We start with 0. And here we just increase that speed to the x. Nope, sorry. Yeah. Move the x according to the airspeed. And then we can check maybe, yeah, if it's down, if it's left down. Well, for now I will just put I would just set the value. I will not increase, but I could increase the speed also, increase, decrease the speed. So if it's right, and if you don't press any button, I don't modify it. Alright, and here what I want to do also is when I collide, when I check the collision, static collision, I cancel the speed. I cancel the speed here. All right, and do hair control. All right, then I should probably init the airspeed here when I start jumping, or actually I think I should just keep the momentum of the walk, and to do that I can just do it here. It's just press is down, and here I reset it, so I can just here, if it's left, -1, if it's right, +1, 1, and if it's idle, then it's 0, which will allow me to jump without moving. Let's try that. Okay, let's compile. If I jump, okay, yeah, I jump with 0. Oh, I get collision. That's not normal. And now if I jump on the wall, all right, yeah, it works. I mean, I move and jump. Can I jump on the right? Yeah, and I collide. Okay. Now the character start to react correctly. I mean, I could even pick up my stat rate while I was jumping, which is very good. Okay. What is strange is here you should not just move to the right. You should probably yes, I know, because it collide with this. We didn't implement the collision on the floor. So when he reach here, he start to colliding with that, and then he, of course, move. All right. Of course, the dynamic of the jump is not good. Also because there is no animation. That means we probably need to move more than 1 pixel. Maybe we'll move 2 pixel, or maybe 2 pixel first. That, yeah, it goes fast at the beginning, then it slow down, then accelerate again. So it's the same logic as the camera, whatever. We can move several pixels per frame, or we can update much faster. What I would try to do is to keep updating 1 pixel every frame, because that avoid any kind of issue if the character only move 1 pixel every frame. And then I would just try to update faster. But if it's still not fast enough, we can move several pixels for sure. So, all right. And yeah. Okay. Okay. Can I jump above the spike? Let's try that. This is our first spike avoidance. Yeah, almost. All right. Maybe we can try to implement the floor logic. What time is it? Maybe start to be a bit long. I stream from 1 hour and 40 minutes already. should we commit that first? Maybe. Let's see what we have. So I just modify the map and we started to implement a jump feature. Yeah, there's a lot of change, so let's commit that. It will be easier to see the modification after that. All right. Start to implement the jump logic. All right, so we can try to implement the bottom collision maybe. Static collision. So here I will just rename it wall collision. Actually not, because we draw the sprite itself. Oh yeah, okay. But that's fine. Wall collision. So here I don't know if I hit the wall or the floor. I could hit the floor actually. But for the floor, we can check the floor first and then check the wall. Check the floor first. If we touch the floor, we move it up, and then check the wall. Because this function will return true even if I collide with the floor, right? But checking the floor, I think it's like I said at the beginning of the stream, I think I would like to use to check the pixels under the feet of the character. So I should throw rig sprite to check the wall collision. Yeah. Check the floor collision first. I will just ask the getPixel function. Let's look. Okay, sorry, I was just refactoring the static collision. So I think we will check floor collision first. Like I said, I want to check the pixels. There's a function to get pixels. Where it is here, get pixel. Basically, okay, just XY, as simple as that, and get pixel. Yeah. So I will ask at I will output some value for now x plus 2 and y plus 13. I'm not sure. And also, so I will just check 2 pixels on the 2 extremity of the sprite, something like that. That's plus 9, for example. to white. Equal to white. So in that case, I increase y. I move y up. And I will change the state. Let's say if the state is jump. Okay. Then state, go back to idle. So I change y, I move y, and here then I will draw y, so then I can also collide with the wall. All right, let's check that. Sorry, I didn't show you the code. So I check the get pixels here, obviously around the floor. Then I move it back up, and if I was jumping, then I go back to idle, and then after I check the wall. Let's jump. Oh, and I can walk. Okay, let's jump on the wall. Oh, it's a too small jump. Yay! We start to have something. Let's move in big screen. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I press all the buttons like a monkey test button. Oh, I lost my character. Sorry. Let's restart. Let's move. Okay. So I don't have the fall right now, but oh, wow. I could jump above this. That's crazy. Oh, by the way, the air control. Oh, what's that? That was a. Oh, that's a bug. And if I do that. Ah, yes, okay. If I ask the pixels outside of the screen, obviously I may get 1, so maybe I cannot go under the screen. Oh, yes, I can. Okay. Wow, we start to have something here. Try again. I think we can end the stream on here. I will probably commit this, and I will search maybe the remaining bugs. Maybe implement the fall, and I will show you that later. Oh, I could jump on this before. Now I cannot. Okay, yeah, I can. It's not jumping high enough. All right. Great. I think I will stop the stream here, or let's commit first. Sorry, always have to commit. What did we change? Oh, we just changed the static collision, which is good. That means we can just, change that function, and the rest is continue to work, which is good. Okay, so add floor detection. All right, I push that. So thank you for having watched this dev stream on Arduboy. I think we start to have something, because we start to be able to control our character and move into our level. Obviously, there is still some state to implement, like the falling state and death and fire and all that state, and polish the jump also, make it more usable, bigger jump, higher jump, all that stuff, of course. But yeah, I think we start having our character, being able to control it, so that's good. So thanks for watching. I think for the next stream, what we will do is probably continue on that, on the navigation and on the state of the characters. Then after, maybe start to implement also the AI, having some AI which will be lethal. That means if you touch them, you kill. It kills you. Just to make sure that it works like the spikes, you know, as we are not blocked by the AI. We can actually walk on it and touch it and die. Yeah, little by little, we add all the elements that we need for games, and once we have all of that, we can start doing some level building. But not now. Still a long way to go. So thank you for watching, and then see you during the next stream. Bye bye.